Before this video starts, I just want to give a massive shout out to all my channel members. If you want to receive a shout out, then become a channel member today and you'll be shown on screen like all these other channel members here. Anyways, enjoy the video. On July 6th, version 12.5 dropped in the Japanese version, and this is a rather interesting update, and I want to talk about everything that was added into this version. Since we have loads to cover, all I ask is if you enjoy this, give it a like and sub to the channel if you haven't already, and comment what was the most exciting thing about this update was for you. Anyways, we have loads to cover. First are the new units, and all the units discussed here will have their level 30 stats. Our first new unit is a new unit for the Summer Gals, this being Coastal Explorer Kana. Being the first variant of a Girls and Monsters unit, she shares similar attributes to her base form. She has 47,430 health, 3 knockbacks, a range of 400 with an LD attack that's split among 3 attacks. First is 300 to 800 range, second is 250 to 750 range, and the third is between 500 to 1000 range. Each multi-hit deals 6,460 damage for a total of 19,380 damage. She swaps her black targeting for floating and aliens and has one less surge level than Swashbuckler Kana's level 2 surge, only having a level 1 surge. She also costs 4,725 to send out and has a cooldown of 2 minutes and 11 seconds. She attacks every 7.5 seconds with a DPS of 2,584. Kana goes from a unit who rapid fires against black enemies to sniping mid-range to long-range aliens and floatings with a stepping stone. Her Pierce can hit any floating or alien enemy with over 250 range outside of Cat God, Guardian Bros, and the Filibuster variants. The second unit is a new Iron Legion Uber called Mighty Sphinx Corps, evolves into attack battalion convoys. At level 30, they have a base health of 142,000 and deal 11,900 damage. They have a speed of 45 and they have a DPS of 2,664. They have 2 knockbacks, 150 range, and have no TBA with an attack frequency of 4.47 seconds. They cost 5,100 to send out and they have a cooldown of 2 minutes 34 seconds. They resist red and zombie enemies, while they have both Z-Killer and Soul Strike. Hey, so quick post-editing mark here. Apparently they also resist metal, which I didn't know, because like, who's using this against metal enemies? So I just needed to add that because I gotta be accurate, you know? Alright, back to the actual proper analysis, I guess. They also have a 50% chance to weaken their targets to half power for 4.8 seconds. Against red and zombie enemies, they have an effective 714,000 health. This unit is interesting. They want to be a debuff rusher, but their lack of knockbacks doesn't allow them to abuse their lack of TBA. This means it's harder for them to abuse their weakened status. Their Soul Strike is also a bit odd because of their low DPH. They can't exactly deal that much damage to the corpse, and at most, they can weaken the corpse when it comes back to life. Next is a new egg unit called Farm Boy Cat. At level 30, they have 13,940 health, deal 850 damage, and have 621 DPS. They have a speed of 12 and 0 TBA. Their attack frequency is 1.37 seconds. They have a cooldown of 9.2 seconds, cost 540 cents to send out, and have a standing range of 350 with 4 knockbacks. They have a 50% chance to slow angel enemies for 4.8 seconds and are wave immune. Like all of the other catnip egg units, they have Behemoth Slayer. This gives them a health stat of 23,233 and they'll deal 2,125 damage with 1,554 DPS against behemoth enemies. This unit is meant to serve as crowd control for Rajakan due to their wave immunity. Their single target makes them somewhat tricky at slowing enemies if they're backed by strong peons. At first, their 350 range may allow them to be a great slower against Winged Piggy, but there are 2 small issues that make it somewhat tricky to use against them. First is their single target, which could get in the way of properly slowing Winged Piggy if a strong peon takes the hit, and second is the fact that they only outrange Winged Piggy's Omni Strike by 10, so if you aren't able to keep Winged Piggy stuck in one spot, Farm Boy is getting hit. In order to hatch this rare egg, you need 20 purple behemoth stones, 2 red behemoth gems, and 2 blue behemoth gems. The egg is unlocked after clearing 50 behemoth culling stages for the first time. The next egg unit is Copcat. They have 34,000 health, deal 12,240 damage, and have a DPS of 3,948. They have a speed of 8 and a TBA of 2.67 seconds with a 3.1 second attack frequency. They cost 1,125 cents to deploy, and they have a cooldown of 14.53 seconds. They have a standing range of 250 and they have 2 knockbacks. They are strong against traitless and have the Behemoth Slayer ability. This means that against non-behemoth traitless enemies, they have 68,000 health, deal 18,360 damage, and have 5.9k DPS. Against non-traitless behemoths, they have 56,666 health, deal 30,600 damage, and have a DPS of 9,870. Against traitless behemoth enemies, they have 113,333 health, deal 45,900 damage, and have a DPS of 14,806. This unit's actually pretty good when fighting against most mid-range traitless enemies and can get some clean damage against Wild Doge, but this unit pairs extremely well with another anti-traitless attacker. Hitman Cat, as some of you may remember, is an anti-traitless specialist, dealing 56,100 damage against traitless enemies with an LD between 250 to 450. This LD has been a slight thorn on Hitman's side, as their standing range of 300 only gives them an inner range of 50. However, this problem is essentially fixed if you pair it with Copcat, since his standing range just so happens to be 250. Now the damage output won't be as good, but still good enough to where you could put some damage into a close range traitless enemy. To hatch this super rare egg, you need 10 blue behemoth stones, 5 yellow behemoth stones, 1 green behemoth gem, and 1 yellow behemoth gem. This egg is unlocked after clearing 55 behemoth culling stages for the first time. Lastly is a new meat shield similar to Jetpack Cat, this being Maze Cat. Maze Cat is a unit that is unlocked from the new Capicawano advent that I'll discuss later. Maze Cat is a unit who resists Relic and Aku enemies along with having Colossus Slayer. They have a multi-hit that deals 1,530 damage per hit for a total of 4,590 damage. While their base health of 18,700 is nothing special, they have 74,800 health against Relic and Aku enemies. Against non-Relic or Aku Colossus enemies, they have 26,714 health and deal 2,448 across their multi-hits for a total of 7,344 damage. Against Relic or Aku Colossus enemies, this goes to 106,857 health. They're also Curse and Freeze immune. They cost 375 to send out and have a cooldown of 3.87 seconds. With the speed of 20, they'll easily make it to the front lines to help shield your units. This unit's abilities are truly shown in the 0 Luza and 3 Omen stages, where they could easily tank a 0 Luza hit at level 30, and their Freeze immune means they could easily get into the Omens without being stopped by a Freeze Surge. This unit was most likely to make Omens and Starred Luza easier, especially for 4-star Luza when that releases, as at level 50, they can tank 2 unstrengthened Luza hits. This unit in general will be a great meat shield for Stardew Well, as they are easier to spam compared to Future Cat due to their cooldown difference. Though getting this unit before Uncanny Legends is another story, but I will get there when we cover the Capicawano stages. In this update, there are 2 new true forms, one of which is exclusive to the Japanese version and the first one I'll cover. Crystal Chibigao is a collab unit from Princess Punt. They gain a 25% boost to their health, going from a base 13,600 health to 17,000 health. They also gain knockback immunity. While Chibigao was already a slightly better anti-black meat shield compared to Nono, Chibigao just got even better thanks to this health boost. A level 30 Crystal Chibigao has an effective 85,000 health against black enemies compared to Nono's 63,500 health. This means that Chibigao has 33% more health compared to Nono. Their knockback immunity doesn't really do much except making stalling Okame a bit easier. In order to true form this unit, you need 2 purple cat fruit seeds, 1 blue cat fruit seed, and 1 yellow cat fruit seed. The second true form is White Knight Cyclops, who becomes Demon Knight Cyclops. They go from being strong against Aku with wave immunity to dealing massive damage against Akus with a 50% chance to break Aku's shield on their first hit, along with freeze immunity. This means that compared to Black Knight Cyclops, they are dealing 2 times the damage per hit, but only have half the health in exchange. Cyclops will now be dealing 52,530 damage per hit up to 105,060 damage if both multi-hits connect against an Aku enemy. This also means their DPS becomes 11,545 against Aku enemies. Their freeze immunity helps their matchups against Wicked Face, Aki, and the Faliverin. While it could have been useful against the Omens, sadly their lack of surge immunity means they'll get blasted by their surges. With Cyclops' true form released, this means we can confirm 100% that Firaluga is getting their true form in 12.6, as they're the only anti-Aku Uber not to receive their true form. Like all of the other anti-Aku Ubers, they need an Epic Seed and 3 Aku Cat Fruit to true form. You know, Demon Knight Cyclops looks like it would be a powerful character in an RPG game, like a member of some group of powerful knights, but I wonder if there was a game with such characters. Maybe one like the sponsor of this video, being Raid Shadow Legends. Raid Shadow Legends is an RPG that you can play on your mobile device or your computer. Gather a team of powerful champions and traverse the vast realm of Teleria with many different types of foes across their campaigns and dungeons. As you progress through these campaigns and dungeons, you can acquire artifacts to build up your champions to give yourself a unique build that truly speaks to how you play. Teamwork will also make the dream work, so join a clan to participate in fighting clan bosses, which give you rewards that you won't find anywhere else, as well as access to the clan shop, which can provide you with an advantage over those without a clan, as you can require some items that will be a lot harder to come by without a clan. Once you have assembled your champions, you can take on the arena, in which you will face other players in intense PvP matches. Win against your foes, upgrade the Great Hall for permanent upgrades to your champions, giving them buffs you won't come across anywhere else. If you're a big fan of RPGs and want to give this game a try, then click the link in the description or scan the QR code and receive a starter pack filled with goods to get you started. Again, massive thanks to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this video, but now let's get back to talking about the new things added into this Battle Cats update. Once again, like 12.4, only one unit got talents, but these talents are, let's just say, a bit memey. Master of the Pacific from the Mola Mola collab gains 3 talents. These being a standard attack buff, 28 to 100% chance to spawn a level 5 mini surge between 500 to 1000 range, and probably the memeiest of them all, a 17% chance to dodge that goes up to an 80% chance to dodge all enemy attacks. This dodge lasts for 1 second, but because of how high the odds are, you can easily get clips that you can see on screen where they will just keep dodging, but then die the moment it stops proccing for even a second. For Ultra Talents, we have 2 units who gain them. First is Immortal Shingen, who gains a simple set of Ultra Talents, these being Target Aku, Target Zombie, and Target Red. This means that along with the Angel target, he can now target over half of the traits in the game. The only targets he can't target are floating, but as a trait, floating is usually paired with another trait, Relic, Traitless, and Metal. If you're someone who is a massive fan of Shingen, then these are probably some of the best Ultra Talents yet, as this means you'll be dealing about 300,000 damage to most enemies in the game. Though his worst matchup between the 3 traits is Zombie, due to a lack of Z-Kill or Soul Strike. The other unit to gain Ultra Talents is Divine Coppermine. Her Ultra Talents are a Mini Surge, which has up to a 100% chance of activating between 150 to 850 range, Target Zombie, and a TBA reduction. While her zombie targeting is a bit odd, and the mini surge is a bit wide, I think her TBA reduction talents are the most interesting because past level 5, it gains no additional boost since bringing it to level 5 effectively removes her TBA entirely. This is because it makes her backswing the same length as her TBA, 2.2 seconds long. If you don't know, TBA doesn't actually start when the backswing animation is done, but rather after the frame the unit lands their hit. This is why Courier sometimes just kinda stands there if he's knocked back immediately after landing an attack, as Courier's TBA is actually 1.8 seconds long, but the backswing is 1.67 seconds. This has led me to discovering this formula for calculating a unit's true TBA, and it is as follows. You simply take the TBA and minus the backswing to get the true TBA. Since an untalented Coppermine has a TBA of 3 seconds and a backswing of 2.2 seconds, this gives a true TBA of 0.8 seconds after the backswing animation is done playing. If we plug her level 5 talent, her TBA goes to 2.2 seconds. This means that 2.2 minus 2.2 will give us 0, meaning effectively she has no TBA. If we stick the level 10 TBA stat, the equation becomes 1.47 minus 2.2, which gives us a TBA of negative 0.73, but since this is impossible, it goes back up to 0 TBA. So I guess you could say that this talent is cost efficient simply because PONOS didn't realize the way their animation system worked when making this talent. Next to cover are the new enemies. There are 2 new enemies added into this update. The first is Luffaform's Engabaru, a zombie floating behemoth enemy and a variant of Henry. They have 420,000 health and deal 13,000 damage. They have 280 range and a DPS of 6,000. They have 3 knockbacks and a speed of 10. They have a 75% chance to create a level 1 mini surge that spawns between 280 to 720 range. They have a 100% chance to slow your units for 1.67 seconds and revive once after 6 seconds with 50% health. Engabaru is currently the only behemoth enemy to not have any immunities. Their Monster Hunter reference is the Gabool from Monster Hunter 3. Gabool has a distinct purple coloration and is partly based on an anglerfish. Both also share spikes and sharp, thin fangs. The second enemy added is Capicawano. They have 2.6 million health and have a multi-hit attack that deals 38,000 damage each for a total of 113,000 damage with 16,208 DPS. They have a standing range of 380 and all of their multi-hits can summon a surge that spawns between 150 to 1000 range. Their multi-hit works by the second and third hits landing right after the first hit, so you'll see tons of surges in his levels. They have a speed of 12 and have 4 knockbacks. They also have a TBA of 4.8 seconds. Lastly, they are immune to weaken and have the Surge Mirror ability, which if you forgot what that does, if the enemy is hit with the Surge attack, they will spit back a Surge that takes the level and range of the Surge that they got hit by and uses the enemy's stats and abilities of the one who got attacked. This means if you intend on using a unit who can Surge, you need to plan around the Surge Mirror. Alright, we have some new stages to cover, but before we get into the new stuff, we have new UL stars. Cat Chasing Village, Bazaar the Pirate King, and Between Truth and Lies 3 stars are now available, and these stages have a magnification boost of 140%. 4 stars also available for Intimate Disaster and Bikura Harbor of Evil. The new subchapter, New World Ahead, gives us 8 stages. The first stage, Interesting Inlet, has 1 Celeboodle, Mistress Celeboodle, Devil Wife, Professor A, and Infinite Akugoris. Banishin Tigers has a singular 1 Horn, Kid Tappa, 3 Reindeers, 3 Old Horns, 1 Yukan, and 2 Mr. Puffingtons. The Heck Are You Island has 15 Doge Darks, Infinite Wall Doges, 2 Tackies, 1 Saint Dober, and a 150% Angelic Cyclone as the boss. Can Canal has Infinite Crocos, 3 Angabaroos, 1 Faliverin, 2 Suidae Pigasi, 6 Brawlos, and Piggies that spawn on kill count. They become infinite after the 200th unit is killed. What the Waterway has Infinite Squirrels, 12 Surreals, 12 Gory Blacks, 5 Raging Gories, 2 Mr. Mers, and an Elder Sloth serving as the boss. Oh No Road has a Surge Base, Infinite Spawning Doges, 2 Chibanels, 2 Low Bunbuns, and a Borfim that spawns after the 50th unit is killed. So City Center has Infinite BB Bunnies and JJ Jackrabbits, along with 2 Otter Smackyus, Otter Darks, and Goku Rakos, along with Queen Bee as the boss. The last stage is Whole Lotta Something, which has Infinite Low Doges, 2 Hanywanwans, 4 Dogshins, Infinite Those Guys, 2 Pigeon Disables, a Berserkuri, and Mega Majo as the boss. Invasion of the Swamp Lord is Cappy Kawano's event stage, and like Infernal Tyrant Neandum, has 4 stages. The first stage is Ghost King 1, which has Infinite Those Guys, Doge Darks, and Zojas, along with 8 Miss Devils, 2 Ziggies, a Fallen Bear, and the main star of the show, Cappy Kawano. Ghost King 2 has Infinite JJ Jackrabbits, Ginger Snaches, and Heavenly Hippos. Along with them, there are 3 Authums, 2 Bum Bum Blacks, and Cappy Kawano once again. Ghost King 3 has Infinite Croxos, Hippos, Gory Blacks, and Imperator Seals. With them is a Red Energy, one that spawns before Cappy Kawano and as an anti-cheese, along with a Reynard. Ghost King Finale is the second stage to be classed as a brutal stage. In this stage, there are 6 Gabriels, an Angelic Gory, 13 Celeboodles, Infinite Sorrels, and Relic Doges. Along with Cappy Kawano comes along Cappy Jr. to assist his father, and as backliner support, there is Golem Sunfish. The reward for beating this level is Maze Cat. In this update, new Behemoth Calling stages are added, but in order to access them, you need to beat Affliction in the Forest, Oddity in the Desert, and Peril in the Volcano 3. Sharp-Toothed Deadfish, the third Forest continuation, has Infinite Snaches, 15 Doge Darks, 1 Raging Gory, 1 Rangmaster, 1 Faliverin, and 2 Engabaroos. Angry Explosion, the third Desert continuation, has Infinite Crocos and Wild Doges, 20 Thrillers, 5 Raging Gories, 5 Zangroos, 6 Arians, 3 Zappies, and Papau serving as the boss. Last is Cursed Flaming Party, which has Infinite Trolley Bloggers, Wild Doges, and JJ Jackrabbits. It also has 9 Relic Doges, 2 Shadowboxer Ks, 2 Raging Gories, Infernal Pegasus Dionel, and Mega Majo serving as the boss. Primeval Wood Area 17 has Infinite Mr. Angels and Gory Blacks, a Cassurian Ahirujo, 2 Engabaroos, Dark Joe, Winged Piggy, and Dark Emperor Neandum. Primeval Wood Area 18 has Infinite Doges and Raging Gories, 4 Metal Doges, a Faliverin, 2 Ahirujos, and a Picacus. Primeval Wood Area 19 has Infinite Zrakos and Shibalians. It also has 8 Wild Doges, 6 Pigasi, 17 Zoris, 6 Arians, 3 Engabaroos, 5 Scissorus, and Cumulus Gallus serving as the boss. Sandstorm 17 has Infinite Those Guys, 10 General Gugoris, Scissorex, and Papau serving as the boss. Sandstorm 18 has Infinite Wild Doges and Gabriels, along with 15 Croconators, 114 Squirrels, one of which is the boss, 4 Akugoris, 1 Ahirujo, 1 Gokuraku, and 2 Rajakons. Sandstorm 19 has Infinite Wild Doges and Mr. Angels, along with 3 Engabaroos, 17 Gories, Scissorex, Saint Dober, and Dark Joe, who serves as the boss. Erupting Cavern 17 has Infinite Croxos, Wild Doges, and Shibalians, along with 3 Raging Gories, 2 Engabaroos, 8 Condemned Pings, and Cumulus Gallus as the boss, with Rangmaster as support. Erupting Cavern 18 has infinite doges, wild doges, and mist devils. Along with them, there are 3 Laboins, 3 Devil Wives, 3 Raging Gories, Magamajo, and Papa as the boss. Erupting Cavern 19 has infinite Sorels, 5 Celebuddles, 2 Pigasi, Hazuku, Mr. Puffington, and Dionel as the boss. For the summer event, they added 3 new stages in the map End of Summer Homework. The first stage is August 29th Journal, Drills, Printout, which has 6 BB Bunnies, 3 Piggies, and Muth, 3 Saint Piggy IIs, infinite Sir Seals, and Bun Bun as the boss. The stage gives you 5 legend nets for beating it. The second stage is August 30th Report, Self-Study Sketches that has 1 Gory Black, 1 Heavenly Hippo, infinite Doge Darks and Gabriels, 5 Shadowboxer Ks, 5 Angelic Gories, and Lenoir serving as the boss. This stage also gives you 5 legend nets. The last stage is August 31st Escape, which has infinite Devil Wives, 10 Zrokkos, 3 Zoris, 1 Zerzeal, 10 Aku Doges, 4 Aku Gories, and Lord Gravy as the boss. This stage gives you a rare ticket. While this isn't a new stage, there has been a slight change made to the latter half levels of the Attack of the Omens Gauntlet. As it turns out, this stage was actually rushable, so in version 12.5, PONOS added anti-cheese measures to these levels, adding a Midnight D that spawns at 99% base health and 2 General Gregories at 90% base health. For the miscellaneous changes and additions, we have the Golden CPU. This can be activated on stages that you have already cleared, with exceptions like Growing Evil, Mining Epic, and stages that reset, like the post-checkpoint levels in the Heavenly Tower. This item will consume 2 cat CPUs, and you can only use it 10 times a day. You are able to use cat jobs and the treasure radar with your golden CPU. There is a new Gamatoto area called Raising the Bar, which is unlocked after Gamatoto level 88, which gives you speed-ups, cat CPUs, Sniper the Cat, and cat jobs. This area also has a boosted chance to give helpers and engineers, which is the main appeal of going to this Gamatoto expedition. There is now a checkpoint system for the gauntlets. After clearing level 10, you can start the next playthrough at the 10th stage. They also changed how the base HP was displayed, and now it is no longer blocked by units and enemies that are large enough to block the numbers. Other things added are a new cat combo called Violated Chivalry, featuring Demon Knight Cyclops. This combo is a massive damage small combo. Lastly is the new user rank rewards, in which user rank 20,400 gives 3 Coal Z, 20,500 gives 3 Sprocket Z, and 20,600 gives 3 Gold Z. This update was really something. With Girls and Monsters finally receiving a seasonal variant, this now leaves the Pixies and Iron Legion the only sets without any seasonal variants. Cappy Kawano is really looking to be quite the threat, and we are getting real close to the end of 3-star UL. If you enjoyed this update analysis, then give this video a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and comment down below on what was the most exciting thing about the update was. Also, shout out to the following channel members: The Prodigy Rex, Vertigui, Not Skelly, Carlos Solitaros, Matthew Sumners, Spicy Milk, Bathu, Computer Scientist, Thomas Rask Jensen, Mario, Kevin Solis, Super Sniper, Yob Ebutioy, PlayStation 999, The Gaming Duck, Karen Blaster, Alex HD Gamer 2 Pedraza, Northern Pike, The Nerd, Jeremy Johns, and Wolfpack 1030. If you want to receive a shoutout at the end of these videos, then consider becoming a channel member, as this will also give you an exclusive role into my Discord server, for which you can find a link to in the description down below. Anyways, I hope you have a wonderful day.